Good morning, Scott here, known as Cantaloupe to some online, and I'm bringing a video to you on a subject that's interesting to me. It might be of interest to you or someone you know. And I want to review a show I've been watching on the Hallmark Channel, and every once in a while I like to watch these shows that are feel-good, wholesome entertainment with very little negativity, just as a background noise kind of thing while I work sometimes. And this particular show, The Good Witch, starring Catherine Bell and some other people. She's Cassie, the Good Witch in this show. She's a holistic healer, and she meets Sam, who's a medical doctor, and you can see the plot is laid out already. It kind of writes itself a little bit, but in the first few episodes, there is some very good wisdom, which appears to be backed by Christianity influence, if you will, and I want to talk about some of the points they make in the show, such as Cassie, the character Cassie's point in one episode where she says, anger has no purpose. She basically says that, and I don't remember which episode it is. I'd have to search for it, but she does. She says that anger is useless, anger is not good, it's best avoided at all times, and in fairness, they do try to present a counter-argument in the show where Sam, her counterpart, sometimes says, things that challenge what she's saying in terms of wisdom. And he says, well, sometimes anger is the only thing that gets you up in the morning, Cassie. You don't understand how it is to be angry. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people actually feel this way, that anger and a lot of cooler emotions such as, jealousy or envy. I mean, yeah, envy's a sin, but a lot of emotions, actual, frustration and becoming impatient eventually, and angry itself are all best avoided. But here's the thing: they serve a very important purpose. There are situations that call for these emotions, and to ignore them, suppress them, or refuse to acknowledge their usefulness in terms of being motivational and communicative, then you are doing yourself and everyone a disservice. You're living a delusion at that point if you think that there's no time to get angry. And this dovetails with another piece of wisdom that I hear from her character in the show, where she says that people can't make you do things. Okay, and this is a bigger subject actually, but it's connected. It's the same idea really. People can't make you do things. In other words, you're always in control. You're always the one to choose ultimately what you do. Sure, okay, in a perfect world, yeah, but what if somebody is raped? Are you saying that crime is a myth? Because that's connected to this statement. Crime is subverting someone's will, that is doing something that involves them over their objection, which is very much making them do something, like such as part with a valued item or their physical health or safety. And you absolutely can make people do things. That's the basis for every single crime that's ever happened, sweetheart. God bless you. If you have never been made to do something against your will, I applaud you. I applaud you. But I assure you, it happens. So subversion of will and anger and those kind of emotions are all kind of part of a bigger picture that I think some people, God bless them again, they just don't have any experience with. It's funny how you hear people who have all their needs met on a regular basis telling you things like, oh, anger has no purpose. Is that right? Is that right? And you never hear people in the breadline saying this kind of thing. And it's just funny to me. It's funny. No, anger definitely serves a purpose, such as when your patience is pushed beyond the logical point where you should remain patient, for example. No, patience is a virtue. We agree on this much. Patience is absolutely a virtue up to a point where somebody's concentrating and organizing to take advantage of you. Beyond that point, you have a duty to yourself and your community to get angry about it, to do something, to become less patient. You don't just keep giving and giving until you die, okay? If you do that, trust me, you die off quick. And this does fly in the face of some Christian doctrine. It does. If Jesus actually said this, and I wasn't around 2,000 years ago, but it does say he said this in the Bible, in the Gospel. It says that, you should always turn the other cheek. You should just give until there's nothing left to give. And in fact, he did, right? Supposedly, he gave until he literally got crucified. But there's stronger wisdom here in a practical sense, where a living person who makes it past, a young age can do more good in their life in a practical way than a dead person who gave their life itself at a young age, like Jesus did. Granted, it wasn't a young age in his time, but, you know, the point is still valid that to be overpatient is a thing. It's an actual thing to be overpatient. You should be patient. You should concentrate on being tolerant and understanding, to you know, letting people have second chances, to let them you know, grow and learn, because failing and trespassing are part of learning. That's how people figure out where the boundaries are, right? But by the second or third time they're doing it, especially if it's clear that it's on purpose, girlfriend, if you're not getting angry, I'm going to get angry with you because you're causing a bigger problem. I wish you all the best, but you know, by appearances, you're living a pretty comfortable life. And the last thing I'll say on this subject is getting angry and you know, refusing to let people push you around and steal your stuff and rape you, for example, refusing to accept that as a standard form of treatment, and it happens to a lot of people, girlfriend. I'm so sorry, I keep saying girlfriend, but I don't know how else to approach you with this. There's a reality out there that apparently you don't have to deal with, but a lot of people do. Anger is useful not because of what Sam said in the show. Sam said that sometimes it's the only thing that gets you up in the morning, and while that may be true, there's something called despair, which is another thing that I don't think a lot of these people have had to experience. Despair will destroy you. Despair will not only keep you from getting up in the morning, it will remove every single motivation you have to get anything done at any point of the day. And anger displaces despair very effectively, and it's supposed to. I believe human beings are hardwired for this. Before you despair, you're supposed to get angry, and it's supposed to push that despair away so that you can get done what needs to get done, so that you can get back into a happy space, so that you can get healthy and support the people who need you. That's what anger's for. But don't be quick on the trigger, you know, that's the point. I think Jesus' point, final thing, I know I said the last thing already, I believe Jesus' point was, don't rush to judgment. Don't be hardline and intolerant to the point where you're being unfair to people, because that comes full circle. Jesus saw the circle where you get what you give. He preached the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, because the truth is never far behind, and it's right behind you. Reach out with questions or comments to whitehotrobot@gmail.com. Thank you.